Hi, my name is Zaymanwar and I am a student of Masters in Software Engineering at National University of Sciences and Technology, Pakistan. This is my presentation for a review paper which is titled as a systematic review on object-oriented databases. The paper ID is FCS-4407. The aim of the paper is to present it in the context of describing object-oriented programming concepts plus relational database combined as object-oriented databases. Also its manifestation and relevance, furthermore some defined research questions along with their answers from previous researches and its analysis. So this is the basic presentation overview, in which I will introduce you to object-oriented databases and its concepts, also some of its principles and its advantages as well. Next, I'll show you some research questions that are identified regarding our topic, then the detailed overview of research methodology or approach that we are using in this systematic review. Next is actually the answers to the research questions from previous related researches in form of analysis and results would be discussed. Then in the end, limitations and conclusions would be wrapped up. So starting with the introduction, as we all know that database is a compulsory part of any management system, as almost every mobile, desktop or web-based application utilize it for keeping records. Object-oriented databases are databases that signify data in the configuration of objects and classes. Actually, it is a purely amalgamation of object-oriented programming and database concepts. The way we can say with which the programming concepts like encapsulation or inheritance and some database concept like relational model characteristics are put together to provide a synchronized output, which is known as object-oriented databases. It follows two main principles, which are number one, it should be a database management system, which is DBMS, and number two, it should be an object-oriented system. If we talk about the principle number one, it interprets that it should have five characteristics, which are insistence, number two, secondary storage management, it should have concurrency, it should possess reposition, and it should have ad hoc query capability. And if we talk about second principle, it infers into eight kinds actually, which are composite objects, object identity, encapsulation, classes, some legacy, superseding joins with late binding, extensibility, and the last, which is computational comprehensiveness. Now, let me share some advantages, or we can say key highlights of object-oriented databases. Actually, it has the capability to improve performance, accuracy, and data consistency because by reducing null values, actually. It has enriched modeling capability, it has no primary keys, and also it has class hierarchy. So here, this is object-oriented databases shell. This is basically a diagram which is added over here to support the whole introduction conversation, which I just shared with you all. This is kind of a shell in which the upper part of the shell is basically OOP, which is object-oriented programming concepts, and the lower part is basically relational databases concept. And if we combine both the upper shell and the lower shell, it combines and create object-oriented databases. So keeping in view the concepts of object-oriented databases, we identified three research questions. And to answer them, the goal was to select the latest and most related research studies. So we put the range from 2010 to 2020. So if we just look into questions, research questions, the number one is what are the existing OODBMS? We look into their key features and the support which they provide to different languages and platforms. Question number two is what are the advantages of object-oriented database management system over relational database management system? Question number three was which techniques or methods are used for the query optimization process in object-oriented databases? Here is an important note which is attached here. It says that research questions are answered by classifying them into three various sets, which is basically the three categories which in which these are divided. So this category thing is basically a part of methodology. So we would look it into in afterward slides. To develop the research methodology for our systematic literature review, we have followed Kitchenham instructions. Basically, the research methodology has been divided into two categories. The category one is category definition, and the other one is review protocol development. If we talk about category definition, the research is planned into three major groups to provide ease in replying to the each research question, which I discussed in previous slide. Category 1 says this category comprises studies that concerns to compare existing object-oriented database management system. Category 2 basically contains researches that are regarding the comparison of advantages of object-oriented database over relational database management system. If we talk about category number 3, it highlights about the query optimization in object-oriented databases. Research studies which are comprised of this group suggest techniques and methods that are best suitable for query optimization process. So, review protocol development is basically the evaluation procedure to carry out research. This development protocol contains standards of acceptance and rejection criteria to explore the procedures to quality assessments and then performed a fusion of information abstraction and combination as well. So if we talk about acceptance and rejection criteria, we put some major points. Just like number one, we only selected those papers or manuscripts that are fully significant to object-oriented databases and those which conform with our research context. Number two, we also considered only the latest papers like within the last 10 years, which is range from 2010 to 2020. Also the most related and we can say related and latest technology and methods in the systematic literature review. Number three, we selected research studies from four main scientific databases which are IEEE, ACM, Springer and elsewhere to perform this systematic literature review. In search process, several keywords are used to perform it. Some search operators like and there's our search operator like or also used to carry out search process. Some paper were rejected on the basis of their title, some were rejected on the basis of abstract, and some were rejected because of ununderstandable language, like some were written in Chinese or Korean. By doing this, the related data got narrowed and relevant. The diagram for such process, I'll show it in the next slide. If we talk about quality evaluation, we just took the famous and more renowned databases. We selected 8 studies from IEEE, 9 from Springer, 3 from ACM, and 3 from elsewhere. And 4 related studies were from 2 journals, which is AJCIS and GJCST. The quality evaluation diagram is shown in the form of pie chart, which I will show in the next slide as well. Once the quality assessment was done, we developed a template for complete information extraction and synthesis. We abstract the bibliographic information that overview results and validation in data extraction. In the end, we classified tools, techniques, and methods in data synthesis. To conclude, we performed a comprehensive analysis to get research questions answers, which will be done or shown in the end of these slides. So here is the diagram for search process in which the main databases are shown and the number of papers which were downloaded from those databases are shown. It is basically step-by-step projection which we did on those downloaded papers, so that we were trying to be concise and more nearer to the relevant and latest studies actually. Some, as I told already, were rejected on the basis of title, some were rejected on the basis of abstract, and some were rejected on the basis of their general study, which includes some language and some analysis as well. So in the end, the selected studies or researches were 27 and the rejected ones were 54 actually. If we look for the researches which we choose per year, we can see that 2015 was the year from which the most relevant studies were collected, and after that 2018 was the year from which the relevant studies were selected. So these board diagrams are the part of review protocol development. Now let's see the analysis and results for our questions. As you remember, I put a note on question slide that the questions are answered by dividing them into three categories. So here is a small table which is the classification of selected studies. So category 1 has seven number of researches. So category 1 is basically related to those researches which are most relevant to question number 1. Likewise, category 2 and category 3 are related to question number 2 and question number 3. Category 2 has the number of researches which are 9, and category 3 has 11 number of researches. If we see the column of studies identification, it contains the references to those researches which are divided into three categories, and their detail can be easily found in the paper reference section actually. So let's just look into the answers to the questions. So question number 1 was, what are the existing object-oriented database management systems? We identified 7 studies regarding 7 existing object-oriented DBMS. The key features, languages, and supported platforms of the existing object-oriented database management systems are shown in the table over here in the slide, which are based on research identification and information from the World Wide Web. The majority of these object-oriented database management systems are based on object-oriented languages like Java, C++, Python, and frameworks like .NET and some other that provides facility to export data in XML as well. The compatibility of these object-oriented database management system is also checked for the platforms like Windows, Linux, and some others. And if we see that object-oriented database management system usually supports user-friendly interfaces except for First, Versant, and Gemstone. So rest information is clearly we can see in the table. So question number 2 was, what are the advantages of object-oriented database management system over RDBMS? So we identified 12 studies in category 2 as discussed earlier. 21 advantages are mentioned in the table. 6 of them are on this slide and rest of them are on the next slide. I'll show them as well. Basically, it shows the research identification separately column for each advantage, because obviously validation of each advantage is why research study is important, and basically it was the major criteria for selecting these researches. If we analyze the advantages overall, it shares that object-oriented database management system is better in context of handling recursive queries, transactions, design and implementation, response time, availability, flexibility, maintenance cost, and many others. So these are the rest of advantages of object-oriented database management system over RDBMS. So I think I should move to the next slide. Question number 3 was, which techniques or methods are used for query optimization process in object-oriented databases? So we selected 15 most related studies for category 3 with techniques, and that is used for query optimization in object-oriented databases. Details of identified techniques are shown in the table. It shows the research references and identification for each technique separately. uh, we came to an conclusion that SQBL is the best query optimization technique because it has an abstract framework for evolving object-oriented query and software design languages. If we talk about the limitations, I think firstly we selected a few number of keywords to search for researches. Our keyword search string was usually OODB, which is object-oriented databases. It was evolution of databases, advantages of object-oriented databases, query optimization, and the last string was object-oriented databases versus relational database management system. Number two limitation was we have identified research resources of most commonly available scientific databases like IEEE, ACM, Springer. Maybe some important or maybe some most relevant information could have been in some other databases as well, which will we left actually. Last but not the least, our focus was on the researches that were carried out from 2010 to 2020. We might have missed some important researches out of this year bound actually. So to conclude this paper, we presented a detailed systematic literature review of the database, which is an amalgamation of OOP concepts and relational database concepts. To accomplish the goal, our SLR has identified 27 research studies which were published during 2010 to 2020. We discussed in detail the features, languages, and platform support for existing object-oriented database management system. We analyzed different query optimization techniques or methods and found that stack-based query language is the best query optimization technique among others. The major advantage which would be of object-oriented database management system over relational database management system we analyze is that they store complex data and relations data directly without mapping of relational rows and columns, due to which they are very suitable for the application that deals with complex data actually. In the end, I would say that this study will help developers and researchers to make object-oriented database management system as a full-fledged database system which would be compatible with relational database management system. So all in all, I would say that this would be the conclusion to my presentation as well. For any queries or questions, the contact details of me and my fellow authors are shared over here. So thank you all for listening and have a nice day.